Welcome into Sports Talk at the Stadium from Clemson's Death Valley, where today the Tigers had their season opener and they won in a big way, 73-7 over South Carolina State. The Tigers, of course, were coming off that loss at Georgia in which they couldn't do anything in the fourth quarter, offensively or defensively, so they came out today with a mindset of being physical, of being sharp and doing it for four quarters. The Tiger coaches have to feel very good that their team went out and did just that. The Tigers scored on their opening possession, and they never let up from there. Their numbers were staggering. On offense, the Tigers had 735 total yards. That's third best in school history for a single game. They only allowed 44 yards, also one of the best performances in a single game by the Clemson defense. The Tigers passed the ball for 467 yards. That's a yard short of the school record. So it was just a complete dominating performance on both sides of the ball. Individual statistics, a number of standouts for the Tigers. Cole Stout was 22 of 31, 302 yards and a touchdown. The 22 completions, that's a career high for him, as are the 302 yards. Deshaun Watson came in, of course, got a very loud reception from the Tiger faithful. First time they've seen him because, remember, he didn't play in the spring game because of that broken collarbone, and he was 8 of 9, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns. And so, with a week off to get ready for Florida State, the question will no doubt linger, is there a quarterback controversy at Clemson between the two? Dabo Swinney continues to say no, and he was somewhat angry at the media for even suggesting such a thing, considering Stout had such a good day throwing the ball. But there is no question that when Watson's in the game, that offense just seems to have a little bit extra click to it, a little bit extra speed because of his athleticism and his ability to run the football in particular. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Also having a big day today was freshman receiver Artavis Scott. He set a Clemson record for a single game with 164 receiving yards. That was on 6 catches. He had 2 touchdowns as well. Wayne Gallman, another freshman, had his big bust-out kind of game today with 77 rushing yards on 10 carries. And another freshman, Adam Choice, had 74 yards on 12 carries. Now, the Tigers spread the ball around to a lot of different people. A lot of guys touched the ball. A lot of guys caught passes. So it was that kind of day against an overmatched opponent for the Tigers today. So it's a feel-good kind of day at Clemson. The Tigers can kind of get the taste of the loss to Georgia out of their mouths, and now they've got something to build on for a couple of weeks as they get ready for the big showdown in their ACC opener at Florida State. So a lot of positives from here for Clemson. The only injury of note was Sharon Peak came out after taking a shot to the head, kind of a helmet-to-helmet hit, and he cut his ear and had to go in and be stitched up. But outside of that, the Tigers got out of this game without any serious injuries. So the game itself kind of stunk because it was a blowout, but I'll tell you what, it's always worth the trip to come up to Clemson for the blonde brownies. And if you eat enough of these, you can end up being a Clemson offensive lineman because these things will put the weight on you. I don't think I'm complete evidence of that, but I've had my share of these over the years. And I got to tell you, they remain one of the best items in any press box that we go to around the SEC and the ACC. So that's going to do it for our coverage of Clemson and South Carolina State here this afternoon at Death Valley. Much more, of course, on this game Monday night on Sports Talk. Make plans to be with us then. Have a good weekend. Outstanding. The brownies are really, really good.